I got some Palo Santo here, and this Palo Santo is sustainably harvested, ethically sourced from our friends in Ecuador. You need
What
to
is
contact
Palo Santo?
Yeah, Palo Santo, it's like this 100-year-old, the tree has to get to like 100 years old before it's harvested. Some places are not doing it as sustainably and as ethically as they could, so we get some really good ones. I'm just filling my space with my Sui Holy Fire symbols, the power of love being my absolute favorite. You're so welcome here. Anyone joining us live, you're so welcome. If you're catching the recording, awesome. Either way, drop a comment below. Let us know that you're here. Got a candle. We're very intentional with this call. We just do a brief 40-minute call today. And I'm just so honored and humbled to have a fellow certified regenerative healer on the call with me today. Hi, Pascal. Say a nice hello, please.
Hey, Jen. Nice to be here. How are you?
Oh, why? I'm just doing so wonderful. Honestly, this has been so nice to be able to share in this way, this private group where we all feel safe and supported and just really held. Like, it's important for us too as coaches, right, to have this inspiration, this support. So thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm feeling really, really great. I just got home from the Big Carrot Herbal Dispensary in Toronto where I was working today, and just giving out my cards, sharing about my YouTube channel, my wellness channel, Jeanette Anakini, just free educational videos there if you're not already aware. And for those of you who don't know us, Pascal and I are certified regenerative detoxification specialists. We were at the school with Dr. Robert Morse. You may or may not already know of this beautiful healer, this living legend, our mentor, our teacher, our friend. He's got the International School of Healing Arts. The man's got 3 PhDs. He's just really a healer though, right? You could have a PhD and not understand how the body heals itself. So yeah, I just want to introduce ourselves a little bit more. Pascal, you're offering some private sessions over there in Ottawa, one-on-one.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you can't have your video on today, and we understand. You're just on the road making things happen. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so we both offer private one-on-one sessions for our regenerative healing, and we're just so happy to share that with you. We can also do online distant sessions, and if you're interested in any group coaching, let me know. We'll get a few of you together and we could create a really special group presence where we all support one another. If you haven't seen, scroll down in our private group, the Raw Reset. If you haven't seen the spring reset we did recently, and we plan to do one every season change to support the body's natural cleansing. These are the times when the body really cleans itself out. And I want to introduce the topic today. So the topic is Move Your Lymph. How many of you are familiar with the lymph system, right? Drop a comment below. Are you aware that this is your true immune system? What do you know about the lymph system, Pascal? You'd like to share a little bit with people?
Yeah, so I'm right now what I'm trying to do is get my brain to see the function system. I know the first thing that comes to my mind is the kidneys. Okay, but the lymph system is all over the place in the body. I think it's everywhere. And briefly, I think it acts as it's your sewer system. Your cells eat, and what do? Hey, they poop. And where does that poop go? It doesn't go in the blood, obviously. Well, it goes in the sewer, and then the sewer, the lymph system, is this clear lymph liquid which transports the toxin or the waste all down to your kidneys. I think they go through the lymph nodes, which act as filters. I'm sure there are other filters, other filtration that happens, but the kidneys do the majority of the filtration. Is that correct?
Yes, and you're speaking my language here when it comes to eliminative organs. And the lymph nodes being a part of this sewer system, this bathroom of the body. This is so wonderful to explain, because many doctors will, ask you to remove lymph nodes in certain situations.
Ouch.
And this is not good, because inside the lymph nodes are macrophages, these white blood cells that, sorry, this bacterium that actually break down waste. So it's very important, just like the tonsils are, to move your lymphatic system. It's so, so key. And the skin and the colon and the bladder, kidneys, bladder, colon, skin, these are our avenues of elimination. So the kidneys are king with that. I'm glad that you're emphasizing that, Pascal. And yeah, like with the lymphatic system, guys, it's like, this is the 75% water they're talking about. Like, oh, you're made up of all this water. Well, this is lymph fluid. So picture a body of water that goes stagnant. This is not good. You have bugs, you have algae. You're not going to want to go drink out of this pond that's not moving, right? It's the same with the water of your body. The other analogy our teacher uses is, if you're on a septic, some of you may or may not have ever lived with a septic. Septic?
Septic. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, a cottage or somebody's home is on septic. If that gets backed up, are you still going to keep using the bathroom? No, absolutely not. And so why is it different with the body? When the lymph system gets backed up, there's hardening, there's deposits, there's weight issues, which is really just waste issues. You don't want to lose weight, you want to lose waste. That's how we look at this, okay? And so there's polyps, there's cysts, there's, tumors, there's all of these deposits. Well, why is that? Because the kidneys got backed up. They're not filtering the waste. And now your body's actually like storing, the body uses fat, water, and cholesterol to neutralize acids and toxins. So get rid of the acids and toxins, get rid of the, excess weight, which again is just waste, right? Get rid of all these deposits. Your body can dissolve kidney stones, all of these kind of excess, I guess deposits is the key word for this, and the lymph system doesn't have a pump, like the blood does. So we have to actually physically move to move our lymph. Anything you like to do specifically, Pascal, you can share on how you move your lymphatic system?
Yeah, well, sometimes I like to just chill out, take a hot bath, and then take a cold shower and sort of play around with the hot and cold. I know that will, constrict, release, and there's movement in that.
Hydrotherapy, also, right? They call that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hot and cold, hot and cold.
Hot and cold. That's my favorite.
Very good.
You already sweat with that process. So did you mention this? You mentioned the skin.
Right.
And as they say, the skin is your third kidney. It's also an eliminated organ.
Absolutely. So those who can't sweat, people with thyroid conditions, the colder the person, the weaker the thyroid. We really get them into a lot of steam rooms. If you can ever do a sweat lodge, those are fantastic. I did a traditional temazcal in Costa Rica. They have these in Mexico. This is part of their culture, these old like ancestral old teachings, right? So just really using the skin to eliminate is so, so wonderful. That's great. How do you get a sweat going, Pascal? You sweat pretty easily, or you have to really work at it? Or
I think I do. Yeah, I think I sweat. Well, I was going to say normally, but I sweat.
In a healthy body, you would sweat normally. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to add to. I bought this brush. And I've been using it in the shower.
Ooh, like a dry or wet brush.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Natural bristle brush.
That's right. And I suppose just a side note here. I've never really used a lot of cream, skin cream.
There you go.
Sometimes I do, but that stuff is absorbed by your skin and it stays there, does it not? So
Sorry.
that stuff.
I was just seeing if there was any comments and my volume was left on. Yeah, what you eat, drink, breathe, and put on your skin is how you bring the outside chemistry in. So I'm really glad you bring this up, Pascal, because, you know, there's this semi-permeable barrier, right, from the external to the internal. And yeah, anything you're putting on there is going in. So if you can't eat it, you know, maybe it's better to not, you know.
And my process, in my mind, my process is, oh well, if someone's used skin cream for, you know, decades on their hands or wherever, well, I expect that once this person starts detoxing, I would expect that stuff that cannot be processed by the body in the cream, that stuff's going to come out eventually, right?
Yeah, and it's not comfortable.
And it's not fun.
It's not fun at all. You actually hit it right on the head. One of the things we say when we finish an iris analysis, you know, as a clinical iridologist, I take macro lens images of your irises. So the body's bilateral. The right eye shows you every tissue, organ, and gland on the right side, and any lymphatic stagnation. It's the only science that shows the lymph system, and any genetic weaknesses or strengths are revealed as well. And then the left shows the left. So left kidney, left ovary, you know, left breast, like, you know, the body's bilateral, like the kidneys, both of them are important. They filter the waste from each side. And one of the things we say with your iris analysis, when you really want to dive deeper into detox, you can reach out and I can help you with your iris analysis. And the biggest thing I say is, like, you absolutely will experience discomfort and pain when you're on your detoxification journey. And at the same time, you can rest assured that you come out on the other side so much lighter, so much stronger, with much more vitality. And so it's like, you kind of have to feel it to heal it, you know, guys. Preventative is the best case. So I love that you're talking about using natural cleansers, you know, alkaline salts would be wonderful when you soak in these. I use the Alka-Bath salts. If you're not familiar, you can DM me. These are from a German healer, one of my first teachers that I became an alkaline health coach with back in 2011. And these salts are very effective. They are like 10 times more alkaline than Epsom salts. They do have the magnesium in it, so you get that calming effect. It's just that they also have 8 precious stones that are finely ground. And maybe one day I make a whole video on this. It's just, they're so energetic. They work with the emotional body. So if you get in the bath feeling one way, you come out feeling totally like uplifted and elevated. So they're working on like the spiritual and emotional, mental bodies as well, the crystals. And they're just so efficient. Like, you only need 3 tablespoons for a full bath. I'm not affiliated. I don't make any money off of this. This is just something I really believe in. And because it's so alkaline, it cleanses. It's like no bacteria, no parasites, nothing can live, no virals in an alkaline environment. You know, who was it? Dr. Odor Warburg in the 1950s won a Nobel Prize for stating this, that cancer only lives in an acid environment. So remove the acids, heal the cancer. You know, and by the way, cancer is just their word. We don't believe in diseases. There's only states of dis-ease, and the body can heal from anything. So we'd love to share with you. We have many resources, many different cases, people with MS, you know, quads and paraplegics coming out of their chairs. Like, just reach out if you're looking for some hope and inspiration for your own personal journey. That's what we're here to do, is to help you guys. If you're on with us live, drop any comments. I don't see anything just yet, Oh, I
But
see
it's
Candy is watching. Hi, sweetest angel. So good. Bouncing on the trampoline, she says, to move the lymph is a very fun way. Absolutely. Shaking, you could shake frantically. You could do like wild
dancing,
dancing.
dancing. I
Yes.
like dancing.
Barefoot, hopefully connecting with the earth. And so to cleanse your body with these alkaline salts, you leave them in your skin. That's how healing it is. Like, you don't want to rinse afterwards. You just pat your skin dry. You have a beautiful alkalinity. If you sweat, you're not going to smell. It's not the sweat that smells. It's the bacteria that thrives in the acid environment that gives you the odor.
Well, hey, I have a question for you.
Sure.
It's about body odor, and the higher, the more raw I eat, the less I stink. Is that the same thing with you?
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. So
I love that fact.
You could just go around with such confidence, right?
Yeah, and during those times, sometimes I don't put deodorant because, I mean, maybe it's just me that I think I don't smell, but
No, you definitely don't. You would know. You could just,
yeah. But
oh,
you
do
know
I
the
smell?
difference.
No.
If as soon as you go back to a cooked diet, you
Cooked
notice
and
it.
any like high protein, any dairy. Dairy
Yeah.
does it right away, I noticed from my own experience. And talking about what you put on your skin and relating to your lymphatic system, like, building up toxins, which the body sees as acids, which are hot, inflammatory, corrosive, and stick everything together and are the cause for all of these health issues. 90% of them stem from the lymph system. The deodorants are filled with toxins, aluminum. Even if you buy the aluminum free, I still checked out the ingredients, and you're not going to want to eat it. Oh, hallelujah. He makes an appearance. Hi, dear one. Hi again.
Hey, what's up?
This is fun.
You're right. All of these products have crap in them. I mean, it's an old story. It's always been like this. Most products, if not all, even the food that we have, even the food that we eat, it's got all these byproducts.
Yeah, the packaged foods
Oh
are
my
some of the
God, yeah.
worst. Wait, how do you know that Pascal doesn't stink? She likes my confidence. Hey, it's just that I know so many people. Like, I talk to hundreds of people a week. Okay, I'm showing up in health food stores again. I'm just out there. I'm in different communities here. We have spiritual communities. Like, I'm around people who eat a lot of, let's just call it what it is, dead animals, and they get BO for sure, body odor, bad breath.
Oh yeah.
The lungs are another eliminative organ that we don't really talk about
Okay.
much. So the odors coming out. So your body's cleaning itself. Like, the body knows what to do. It's getting rid of harmful substances. It's just like,
Yeah.
rub some of these alkaline salts on clean and moist underarms, or just bathe in them and then leave them in your skin. And you won't have a problem with odor if your diet is very clean. Sometimes the cooked foods do contribute to some odor, but for me, not so much. Like, I just indulge in a little bit of cooked veggies with a salad at dinner. Like, I'm hardly eating cooked, right? If I have some rice or something, holy Lord, any grains, tension in my head. Like, this body is such a pure vessel. It wants such purity. For me, I'm just, I guess, feeling it all. And I'll get like pain behind the eyes, tension, headaches. Like, I can't even really function when I'm eating grains. I can't even imagine if I were to have any like animal flesh, like how my body would feel. These are all congesting of the lymphatic system. And speaking about this topic, moving the lymph, this is very important to keep your proteins and fats very low. There's a common question we sometimes get. What do you always hear out there, Pascal?
Oh, I love that question. Oh, hey, where do you get your protein?
But wait, what about protein? Your raw penis?
That's
You
the
mostly eat
only thing.
fruit?
It's the only question that comes up, and
Mm,
it just shows that there's a lack of understanding, because that's the only thing that we've been brainwashed to think about is, protein. Um, and most people can't even define what protein is, or what it is, and what does it do, or the fact
mm,
that a protein molecule is actually a bunch of amino acids stuck together. And
mm,
when your body eats uh, any protein or meat, the protein chains are so long, it takes a long time for the body to break them down, because that's what the body does. It breaks the protein down to their amino acids, and then from the amino acids, the body creates its own protein chains, because proteins do a lot of different things. um, I think sometimes um, the body sends stuff through the bloodstream. Is that correct? I'm not sure. But
Well, I
it's
just
also
love how you're
evolved.
defining that the body makes its own protein. We don't need to consume protein to make protein. We need amino acids. So you're going to take protein to break it down into aminos to try to build something. Look at the cows. Where do we get all this beef that everyone's being sold in this crazy marketplace, being pushed, all the animal flesh, right? Where do they get this flesh, this protein, they eat
They must eat
grass.
meat, right?
They don't go eating other cows. They
Well,
eat
the
grass.
biggest animals in the animal kingdom are all vegetarians, are
Mm.
they not? Rhinoceros, giraffes,
Gorilla can tear you
gorillas.
apart. We're
Oh my God.
97% the same anatomy as the
Yeah.
primates. We're a frugivory species. So we keep the protein and the fats down so that we don't congest the lymph. If you're living in Canada like us, you may have a little bit extra protein and lipids during these colder months because, of course, they warm you up because your metabolism has to work to process this, right? There's a lot of work on the digestive system. So you kind of get a little bit of warmth from this. So Dr. Morse always laughs about people who live in Canada. He's like, I don't know how you guys do it. Good luck. Because the cold is alkaline. And when you're alkaline, your lymphatic system moves. So focusing on not only the foods being alkaline forming, also the emotions and the mental state. Do you want to sit around in the victim state? I've been there. I've lived in the victim, highly acid forming. I would wake up in the morning and my mind would already be on a train of thinking of,
Yeah,
oh,
you're right.
yesterday this happened, and
Yeah,
oh, like, and it's Esther. I'm listening to
always
Esther
moving.
Hicks lately, channeling Abraham. This may or may not resonate for some of you. It didn't for me years ago. Now, as I clean my body out and been off the animal flesh for years, I'm a clear vessel and I'm really tapping in with people who can channel, and I'm maybe even channeling right now. Like, that might turn some people off. That's okay. You don't have to, take what I say is learn to listen, right? I had to do this and remain skeptical. And what Esther Hicks is channeling from Abraham is that basically the first 17 seconds of thought in the morning will start to create a momentum. And then the next 17 seconds of thought will add to whatever vibration that thought was. So if it was a fear or worrying about what happened yesterday or thinking about problems, you're going to pile that on and on. This is why meditation, as close to when you wake up, is very important, to remove yourself from the thoughts and to prevent things from annoying you, because you're going to be more easily annoyed if you haven't meditated first, even if it's 5, 10, 15 minutes. So meditation, anything for your emotional, mental vitality, is alkaline forming. Feelings of joy, feelings of happiness. This is why you want to follow your bliss, man. Do things that make you sparkle. this creates an alkaline environment, which is hydrating, and it moves the lymph. The fruits. Are you eating enough of your fruits lately, Pascal? Tell us more about you.
Oh, I did some juice yesterday, and unfortunately I forgot it to where I am now.
Yes, yes.
But
But you made a supply, I hear. Is
yeah,
that what you're saying?
apple juice and pineapple. Um,
Ooh, that's so good.
Something's been on my mind lately, and I want to ask your opinion. So for someone who's in their beginning stages of detox, um, for me, I find that sometimes if I juice a whole lot, um, I tend to think that the nutrients aren't not all the nutrients are actually being absorbed by my body because um, I would I would assume that my GI tract is still has a layer of a mucoid plaque, so it's not absorbing everything perfectly. So I guess my question is, um, uh, let's say for green drinks, okay, or fruits for that matter, what's if I juice a whole lot of um, cucumbers, okay, and I put a bit of cilantro, just to add some taste to it, and I chug that, right? What's the difference between that and, well, if I eat cucumbers, I I'll consume less than if I juice them. So, like, I don't know.
That's very interesting because the fiber content, when you eat whole vegetables, even though cucumber is mostly water, other vegetables, you wouldn't feel the desire to eat so many. Yet you could juice 3, 4, 5, of these cucumbers and not feel like as full as eating 3, 4, 5, right?
So,
So I
so
completely get it.
I guess my question is, if I am I waste? I mean, I wouldn't be waste. You're not wasting food, but if you're juicing a whole lot of stuff and you're consuming all that juice in one day versus eating a fraction of those, let's say cucumbers or whatever, because the fiber is still in there, you're eating uh, what your body needs, you're not overeating. So I guess my question is, have you thought about this? And is it, I'm sure there's a good time to juice and there's a good time to eat the actual fruit or vegetable. So is it wasteful to juice
There's
all of that?
lots there's lots I could say to this. This is really a great thing to bring up, especially when we're talking about moving the lymph, because juices are so alkaline forming and hydrating. So are fresh fruits and vegetables. This is what, this self-love lifestyle of abundance and vitality that this program that Pascal and I are doing coaching, can be Kuba, the 4 of us certified detox specialists are focusing on. This is living foods for electrical beings. We're the most neurologically advanced species. So we need living foods. We're the only species too that cooks our food before we eat it. So, but to get to your question here, it's kind of coming back to the nutrition theory. And like, I can't tell you how long I worked in holistic nutrition, and I suffered. I was going through all different states of dis-ease. Some of you may or may not already know my journey. We don't have enough time left to go into the details with that. We'll stay on for about 10 more minutes. So guys, if you're catching us live, let us know your questions about moving the lymph or anything about regenerative healing. If you're catching the recording, we just thank you. We thank you in general, whoever's here with us. And yeah, this is just kind of a theory, because I believe that the body creates everything it needs. When all the glands are clean, you've cleansed, you got rid of a lot of mucoid plaque, you're in a really high vibrational state with all of your bodies. We use the physicality as a backdoor to access the mental, emotional, spiritual, astral bodies, right? We know we're not just this physical body. I believe that the body can create everything it needs. Look at breatharians. For them, though,
Big juice.
I mean, some breatharians will eat some fruit and have some juice. Mostly they're living on air. And I would personally die because my belief system is too limited. I don't believe yet that I could live like this. That's about changing your belief system. That's getting to a whole other level. We don't go there here. With this, we can focus on getting, fresh living fruits and vegetables, but mostly that less is more. As you go more into fasting and giving this vessel an opportunity to heal, because 80% of your energy goes to digestion. So when you're juicing, you're freeing up all that digestion. Very little digestion is involved when you're sipping and chewing a juice, right? You start the digestion with the saliva. Never be guzzling these back, right? This is part of our digestive tract, right? So the enzymes in the saliva. So sip and chew your juice. You're freeing up 80% of your energy to go to where it's needed, to healing the body of any ailment, whatever it may be, And so, of course, you get living enzymes, vitamins, minerals, and all these fresh fruits and vegetables, and you're getting that in the juice. I don't believe it's wasteful. To remove the fiber is to free up the digestive tract of a lot of work. And it's also nice to have fiber because it acts as a broom that cleans the colon, right? So you could do a little bit of both and enjoy yourself. And this comes back to the issue of us having malabsorption. Many of us can take vitamins and minerals and not even absorb it. This is why I believe supplements, we got to get rid of this thinking and come onto the botanicals and real serious lifestyle changes. And so this malabsorption issue, I can show you one day with an iris analysis of a current client I'm working with, and they have sulfur all through the bowel wall. And you can see it around the pupil, which is the stomach and bowels in iridology. And this sulfur, for some reason, favors the bowel tissue, and it shows up as yellow on blue eyes, for example. When we detox them, that yellow goes away and they have full blue. There's no yellow anymore. It's hard, though, to get the sulfur out sometimes. People have to really want to dig deep. And this frees up so much mucus, so much like lymphatic stagnation by detoxifying. And so then we come to this point about how there's 4 major functions involved in vitality: digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination. And if any one of those 4 are off, good luck with your health. So there's a lot to kind of talk about there. I'm really happy that you're juicing. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really so great.
Well, when you mentioned botanicals, I just
You light up.
yeah, I like that. I like, there's such power, concentrated power in all these herbs. They know what to do in the body. They give nutrition, and there's just something special about them. And we
they're
use
nature's sweethearts. They're here. They're put here for us to heal.
Yeah. It's very nice.
What is your herbal protocol looking like currently?
Currently, let me think. I won't go too much in there. There's not a whole lot. I'm still on coffee, but there's other things going on in my life, the emotional side. But no, things are getting better. I think that coffee just kills those botanicals. If when I'm on coffee, I don't crave when I say supplements, I mean botanicals, the stuff that we add just a layer of goodness, right? Because you get,
Support, yeah,
yeah,
cleansing, strengthening.
yeah. I had, what is it? What did I have? Last week I juiced some greens, and I had a lot. I had a jalapeno, my last
So
jalapeno,
good.
and I just
So
threw it in there, and ooh, did that warm up everything?
good.
And
Candy
it
helps us
just,
with jalapeno. She always reminds me
yeah,
to do that.
I love it. And same thing with cayenne pepper. These are these wake up. They warm the body, they wake you up. If you're down, if it's 3 o'clock and your adrenals are down and you're tired, instead of getting that coffee, get something spicy. It's natural, it warms you up and naturally.
Ginger and
And
cayenne are herbs, herbal medicine
exactly.
too.
And if you've got something to do, physically or work or anything, that'll help you boost it.
I love that.
Um,
What a great tip.
mhm.
That's such a good tip. You guys need some more tips? Let us know. We'll come to you live every 2 weeks. Like this, we hold space. We're getting more and more people joining the group as we gain more and more one-on-one clients. Even Kuba, even though he's out in Spain and has a few other projects on the go, he still supports this group. And I was letting him know too, and Candy, that like this is such a great tool for our one-on-one clients. If it's almost like a hotline, because you can put a question up in the group. Not many are doing this yet. I feel that this group has like the utmost love and respect for each other, like all the people, all the members. It's like nobody's really like people are taking the info in and sensing, what kind of questions to ask, and just being so respectful and kind, and mostly sharing about their personal journeys. Because you could go into other Facebook groups that, are supposed to support people who are on this journey, like we're doing here to support our people, our detox friends, and everyone and their mom is responding to somebody's question. Here, it's a safe space where you have 4 admins that are certified in this who will answer your questions. So leave your question in the group. I had a woman today ask me, she's in Mexico. She has a friend with MS, multiple sclerosis, and she's got some questions, and she called me up and I said, it'd be really cool if you ask this in the group so that everyone can access this information. Because for me to sit there and tell her the protocol, and nobody be privy to it, like, how does that serve, right? So this group is wonderful for detox specialists that we know and trust, that have been to Dr. Morse's school, just like us, to come together in a professional way to support each other, and our clients. So this is such a fun and cool place to come together about this topic. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's our own space. We have a discussion, we talk, and we support each other.
Very, very nice. This was so good. I think this is a perfect time to go and refresh, as Esther would say. So I'm sending so much love and light to you, Pascal. Thank you for all your energy with this project and with the sharing and this community effort. And anybody here who is with us, you are just always so welcome. Just know you are loved and that you are supported, and you can reach out anytime. So thank you guys so, so much. And thank you for your presence today, Pascal. It means the world.
Well, thank you for those kind words.
Mhm.
And it's really nice to be here with you. So I'm glad we could talk, and